Do I know you?
Would you mind sitting for a moment and I will answer any questions I can?
Hey guys, Kiwi here, warning of spoilers for Breaking Bad, El Camino, and Better Call Saul up to Season 6, Episode 4. In this video, I'll be breaking down discussing Kim meeting Mike face to face for the first time in Episode 604. Like the video if you end up enjoying it, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on Twitter for more Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad updates, and if you really enjoy what I do here, maybe even consider checking out my Patreon to help support the channel financially. With that being said, let's jump into the breakdown.
I do know you. You worked in the parking booth at the courthouse. You're the attendant.
I was.
Now, real quick to clarify, technically Kim does admit recognizing Mike as the toll booth clerk from the courthouse, but this is the first real time they've met face to face to discuss serious things such as Lalo Salamanca. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, I want to first discuss the situation leading up to Kim meeting Mike before they actually speak near the end of the episode. After doing another Howard con involving Wendy, while Kim drops Wendy off, Wendy mentions to Kim that there's undercover cops watching them. Wendy assumes they're watching her, saying there goes business for the day. Kim gives Wendy her card, saying that if she's ever in legal troubles, Kim will cover it free of charge, as she loves working on pro bono clients anyways. As Kim leaves, she realizes that the undercover cops start following her for a few blocks before turning off. Once home, Kim brings this up to Jimmy, who believes that she's just being paranoid and that no one is actually following her. But then, while Kim is out for lunch with a client the next day, she tells him to excuse her for a moment as she notices the car again. Kim approaches the car, writing down their license plate, and confronts the driver, asking if they're following her. The driver admits nothing, apologizes for disrupting her, and then drives away.
And who do you work for?
I said I would answer anything I can.
This leads to Mike confronting Kim at the end of the episode. As it turns out, those men were following Kim and they're working for Mike. They probably told Mike that she confronted them, leading Mike to want to confront her himself, considering that he feels like he kinda knows her, at least through association. Now, this was quite the surprise for me, as I figured that people following Kim were possibly PIs hired by Howard, but I guess we'll have to wait another week or two to see if Howard fights back. Anyways, Mike bluntly starts their conversation by telling her that the men who were following her are gone. He then asks her to sit for a moment and he'll answer any questions he can. Mike admits that he had men watching her and Jimmy, but that he's not with the police. He also admits that he's aware of their plans against Howard, but that's not what he's interested in. Mike tells her that he is interested in Lalo Salamanca, but when Kim responds by saying that Lalo is dead, Mike's silence and facial expression, or lack thereof, implies that Lalo might not be. Kim catches on quick, with this clearly worrying her. Mike says that they're watching anyone that he's had contact with. This includes Kim and Jimmy. Mike says there's only 1,000 to 1 chance that Lalo will show up and confront Kim or Jimmy, as Lalo probably has bigger fish to fry. We learned from episode 604 that it's been 2 weeks since Lalo's failed assassination attempt in episode 510, and that Mike's men are stretched thin trying to keep watch on any possibility where Lalo could show up. Gus is rightfully convinced that Lalo is alive and is very paranoid about when and how he may reappear, and the fact that we haven't seen Lalo in so many episodes is making the audience feel the same way that Gus does. This makes Kim realize that Mike was the man out in the desert with Jimmy. This means that she knows that Mike saved Jimmy's life by killing the gang that was robbing him. She knows that Mike is a murderer and that he means serious business. She also now knows that Mike was Jimmy's guy who he talked to on the phone after Lalo confronted them at their home last season. This is a lot to drop on Kim all at once, when it was the last thing she was expecting. Kim thought that she was being followed due to their schemes against Howard, with the followers either being undercover police or PIs. But this whole Lalo Salamanca business makes that just seem like a joke. The fact that Kim is now told that these people are following her because they're looking for Lalo has huge implications that she didn't predict. Mike says that hopefully they won't see his men again, but if she does, to ignore them, and soon enough they'll be gone. Mike's men aren't there to harm Kim or Jimmy or to work against them, Mike has men watching them to see if Lalo will show up. But the fact that he thinks that it's likely enough that Lalo will show up to confront them, that he has men watching them, is just super sketchy and scary. Mike knows that Kim and Jimmy are conflicts of interest to Lalo, especially after their confrontation with him in episode 509, which Mike heard over the phone while he was covering them with his sniper. It's really disturbing how Mike tells Kim to just live her life as if nothing's wrong, when now Kim will be nervous that Lalo could be after them, still alive and potentially popping out around any corner from now on. Now, regardless of how much Mike tries to downplay this, saying that it's 1,000 to 1 chance, that it's probably not gonna happen, that Lalo has bigger fish to fry, and that, to just ignore Mike's men and go on with their life because they'll be gone soon enough, it's just crazy. Like, if you had people following you because the person that hired them thinks that a murderer cartel leader is going to pop up in your life, that is enough to worry no matter how much Mike downplays it. Now, this is where Kim recognizes Mike as the toll booth clerk from the courthouse in the first few seasons. It's wild how good of a memory she has, and it's also scary to her that seemingly small and insignificant people can play such a large role in the criminal underworld. So why does Mike confront Kim about this instead of Jimmy?
Why are you telling me this and not him?
Because I think you're made of sterner stuff.
Mike says that she's made of more sterner stuff, which is a big compliment coming from Mike. He thinks that she can handle serious and possibly life-threatening situations better than Jimmy, which very well may be true considering her standing up to Lalo in 509. Now, normally Jimmy is very outgoing in regards to this kind of stuff, but ever since his trauma from the desert shootout, he's definitely been off his game, with Kim almost filling in his shoes, even if it is temporary until Jimmy gets back on his feet as Saul. Mike must become fond of Kim after seeing her stand up to Lalo and save Jimmy's ass in episode 509, and I wonder if Mike will start talking to Kim again directly in the future instead of Jimmy. It's kind of funny to think that Kim may unintentionally steal or even just acquire Jimmy's criminal connections due to her having bigger balls than him, so to speak. As Mike leaves, you can clearly see how upset and distraught this makes Kim, although she's trying to act calm instead of freaking out. So although she may be able to handle things better than Jimmy, she isn't completely fearless, which just makes this so much more realistic and even relatable. My final question is, will Kim tell Jimmy? At first I figured Kim would tell Jimmy about Mike right away, but then I thought about it for a moment and I could totally see the show creators making up a situation and twisting this where Kim needs Jimmy to finally be confident again, but this news would burst his bubble. Jimmy's been dealing with trauma ever since episodes 508 and 509 involving the desert shootout and Lalo, so if Jimmy's finally now able to get back on his feet, something that Kim needs, I could see a moment where maybe she's about to tell him, but doesn't due to not wanting to worry or scare him in moments that she needs his head on straight. What do you think about Kim finally meeting Mike officially? Will they have this connection in the future where Mike directly comes to speak to Kim? Cutting out Jimmy from the equation could cause some drama between these three, but recently people have been coming to Kim about things rather than Jimmy, and I can see this trend continuing. First Suzanne Erickson, now Mike, and who knows what'll happen next. Maybe when Lalo returns, he'll confront Kim without Mike's men noticing, but that's quite a shot in the dark theory I'm not sure will happen. How crazy would it be if Lalo confronts Kim just out of sight from Mike's men, even maybe trying to hire her to defend him? And Lalo may not just hire Kim because he wants her to defend him legally. Maybe he needs support financially. I could see Kim being maybe a cartel bookkeeper. It's been a huge theory ever since the end of season 5 that Lalo could hire Kim for a various amount of reasons to be a cartel lawyer. After seeing her stand up to him at the end of season 5, he could have gained some respect for her, even more so than Jimmy, and so maybe he could want Kim to work for him. Leave your thoughts and opinions about this in the comments below. I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything that I've said today, and if you're new to the channel or just haven't yet already, subscribe and hit the bell notification to stay updated on when I post new content on Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad. I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out!
I'm trying to solve a problem of my own.
What problem?
Lalo Salamanca.